Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to show you two identical pens, the Jinhao X750, and tell you what I think about them because they are very inexpensive pens. You can find them from $3 to $5 to a lot more. If you buy a Jinhao for $15, there's something wrong, obviously. And so, the reason why I do this video is because when you read information on the internet about these pens, what comes out is they are very inexpensive, which is totally true, but they are worth a lot more than what you pay for, which I think is true. And then I read that they were virtually indestructible, which is totally wrong, and I'm going to show you that. So the question is it worth it? Then you will know that at the end of the video. So this is the first pen I bought from them, an X750 in black matte. Been using it for quite some time. And as you can see, it's still looking good. It's a heavy pen, it's a big pen, heavy pen. I actually like that. The only thing that you cannot do is take the cap, put it at the other end. You can do it, but it's going to be very heavy, and the weight is going to move to the back of your hand, which is going to be tiring after a while when you write a lot. Right, so this looks very much like a much more expensive pen. Problem is that after 3 days of use with this one, the cap is so strong on it, you'll hear it. And this is what happens. And that's something that I've got 4 of these models, and this happened only with this one. But it can happen because the cap is so strong. So I put something sticky inside, put it back together, sent a picture to my Jinhao seller, and he immediately sent me this one without any discussion. I was resent this one. So I ordered about 15 to 20 of these pens because I like to switch my colors, my ink colors. I do not collect fountain pens, I collect inks. So these cheap pens are a nice solution if you want to switch inks often. But thing is, you do not take a lot of risks. If you get a problem like this, like the one I got, I also got a problem with one of these X450. One of them came with a bump. You send a picture, they send you a replacement almost immediately. As for durability, if you look closely, you can see that the black matte finish is coming out flake after flake on this part. I don't know if it's due to the acidity in my hands. I'm not known to destroy things through the acidity of my hands, but I think it's more likely that it's the strong cap. And the cap is so strong, you can hear it. Here, see, up, I have to put it back. Right, so that's very strong, and that's the problem. And I've seen this problem in the replacement pen already, as well as in that was this one. This one is also X750. Right, so already you can see elements that are flaking away, and on this one as well, because this metal one has got the same parts here. Right, now let's move on to the nib. The nib is a medium nib that is quite nice to write with, quite pleasant, rather smooth. And here you've got the feed. Everything can be taken out and cleaned or changed, and that's a size 6 nib, so you can actually easily change it for another one. But I found the nib to be quite okay for me. Also, one important thing is that you actually do, though they are very cheap, you actually do find fake Jinhaos. I cancelled an order I had made for a red Jinhaos, a color that I couldn't find from other sellers, and I understood why. And what you need to make sure that your Jinhao is a real one is to have this specific nib with the Jinhao brand mark, which is a 2 people, horses, Jinhao written in small under it, and then 18KGP, because they cover a few of our nibs with gold, but it's written on all of them. So if you get this very specific nib, then you're almost sure you have a real Jinhao and not the fake one. Now let's come to writing with it. So for this I'm going to use a Verger de France chez Lalo, that new block, to make the writing test. Of course, writing is very subjective. And I will be using the 4 different ones in 4 different colors. Alright, so let's move a bit over the page so you can see better. So this one is filled with a Poussière de Lune by J. Herbin, which is a very nice ink. Quite a demanding ink, and as you will see, it's quite a volatile writer. So here, for this one. Now, this one is also with a J. Herbin. I really love J. Herbin. But this one is the Perle Noire. Okay. So I'm not in the right position to write properly. This one is a Rouge Caroubier. And finally, the last one is a Lierre Sauvage, and I think the nib has to be used a bit more than this one. It's brand new, and it's quite thin compared to the others. Right. It does have a different effect. So it's quite nice to use with strong demanding inks. I found this one to be quite nice to write with the Poussière de Lune. And I have other models, the X450. They write quite well, but they do not offer you the same flexibility, and the weight is different, doesn't work as well. So my conclusion, is this pen worth buying? Well, below $5, definitely yes. It's a nice writer, a bit heavy on your hand if you have arthritis like I do. It can be difficult, or it can give you pain, but still a nice writer as long as you don't choose the cap on it. And that's definitely worth it. Any problem you have with it, you can have a replacement, so there's little risk of having a problem. And you've got the choice, a heavy choice of colors. Right, soon I'm going to receive a fake one and a real one in the same colors, so I will show you a video comparison to make the difference between both, and see that there's very little difference between the two. But worth your investment, definitely yes. That it does look like a very nice fountain pen. If you look at the free models, this one actually, I bought last. I was not very interested in these brilliant little things there, but it's actually quite nice looking, and it's a beautiful pen. Right, I hope you enjoyed this video, and that you will maybe decide to try these little inexpensive pens. They are quite worth it. You will probably have issues, but there's little risk. And if I could show you for closer, it's the kind of pen, like, see there's a little element there. It's the kind of pen that comes with defects, that comes with poor finishes sometimes, but when you do not look too closely, it does look like a brilliant, nice little pen.